Namaste everyone. My name is Malati Vinod on behalf of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, Sri Mahavallabha Ganapati Devasthanam, New York. I welcome everyone to this unique learning series session number 68. This program is organized by the members of Akshayam, which is a team of young professionals of the Hindu Temple Society of North America who volunteer at the temple, learn our tradition and practices, engage in discussions, and aim to build a legacy for the future generations. It organizes monthly discussions as a part of this unique learning series. To begin our 68th session, I'd like to welcome Sri Ravi Vaidyanath Shivacharya ji, Director of Religious Affairs at the temple, to recite an invocation prayer. Over to you, sir.
Namaste. Harihi Om. Bhadram karne vishrunachama devaha. Bhadram pashyemakshabhir yajatraha. Sthirairangai istushtvagum sastanobihi. Vyashema devahitam yadhayuho. Swasti na indro vruddhasravaha. Swasti na pusha vishwavedaha. Swasti nastarksho arishthanemihi. Swasti no brihaspatirdadhatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Om Yama Niyama Asana Pranayama Pratyahara Dharana Dhyana Samadhi. Om. Thank you.
Thank you, Shivacharya ji, for the prayer. I now have the great privilege of welcoming my Guru, Sridharan sir, as a guest speaker. I have had the privilege of being his student during my yoga studies in India. Sridharan sir is the senior most teacher, senior yoga therapist, advisor, mentor at the Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram, Chennai, India. Sridharan sir had found his mentor and guide in Guru Sri T.K.V. Desigachar. In a Gurukula style, he studied for over 3 decades, during which he was exposed to all the important texts in yoga and, more importantly, the application yoga for illness and spirituality. He also learnt Vedic chanting in the traditional style under his teacher. In 2002, directed by his teacher, he took the position of managing trustee of Krishnamacharya Yoga Mandiram. Between 2010 and 2015, he held the following positions. He was part of the governing council at the Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, Ministry of Ayush. He played an active role in developing the practice protocol for International Day of Yoga. On behalf of Government of India, he held yoga sessions in the World Yoga Festivals in various countries like China and the UK. He has been honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award by Mahatma Gandhi Medical College and Research Institute, Pondicherry. He is a recipient of the Yoga Chikitsa Ratna, a prestigious recognition from the Indian Yoga Association. He currently holds the following positions: Chairman of the Yoga Sectional Committee of the Bureau of Indian Standards, Vice President, Executive Council of Indian Yoga Association, member of the governing body of the Central Yoga Council for Research in Yoga and Naturopathy, member of the Yoga Certificate Board set up by the Ministry of Ayush, Government of India. His recent book titled Pranidhana, a translation of Sanskrit commentary on Yoga Sutra by Yogacharya Sri T. Krishnamacharya. In today's series, he will talk on topic and exploration into Dhyãnam, that is meditation. We are eager to hear from you, sir. Without any further delay, over to you, sir.
पदेन वाचां मलं शरीरस्य च वैद्यकेन योपाकरोत्तं प्रवरं मुनीनां पतञ्जलिं प्राञ्जलिरानतोऽस्मि आबागुपुरुषाकारं शङ्खचक्रा असिधारिणं सहस्रशिरसं श्वेतं प्रणमामि पतञ्जलिं श्रीमते अनन्ताय नागराजाय नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्णवागीश यतीश्वराभ्यां सम्प्राप्तचक्राङ्कणभाष्यसारं श्रीनूत्नरङ्केऽन्त्र यतौ समर्पितस्वं श्रीकृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमीडे विरोधे कार्तिके मासे शतताराकृतोदयं योगाचार्यं कृष्णमार्यं गुरुवर्यमहं भजे। कृष्णसूरीदयापात्रं ज्ञानवैराग्यभूषणं श्रीमद्वेङ्कटनाथार्यं वन्देऽहं योगदेशिकं। श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः। हरिः ॐ। सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Namaskaram to everyone. Basically, I want to start by thanking Malati, who introduced me, who has been responsible for a few things happening recently in my visit to US in June. Because of her, I came to the temple premises and I gave a talk based on which Malati and Sanjay had asked me to give this, as I am leaving for India in a week. So the approach here itself has been as directed, as suggested by them. Dhyānam, which is yoga, is a very, very big task, very big topic, subject, both theory and practice of it. Uniquely, yoga and dhyana shares. Yoga and dhyana are one and the same, and we are going to see that. They are both a sadhana path and a siddhi. So that is the vastness of this subject, particularly Dhyānam. And to finish this within 15 minutes, including giving a practice session, is a very big task, like putting the elephant into the matchbox. Let me try to do some justice to some thoughts, ideas. I am talking to you on Dhyānam, which is simply called meditation in English, has various dimensions. So I will go through some concepts, ideas, understanding, and then some practice. In the understanding also, certain segmental understanding alone I can take it up, not vastly. I will have to share with you the concept and idea that my presentation is influenced by the teachings of Krishnamacharya and my teacher Desikachar, my lessons that I have received from them on dhyana and yoga in general and in dhyana, my practice and application of dhyana in my teachings, particularly in therapy issues. This is based on that. I may not be able to share everything. Now, there are many dimensions I told you about Dhyānam, and Dhyānam is a continuing subject. Every day when we open the media, we see some aspects of meditation coming up in some way or the other. Particularly, very recently I saw how meditation helps in pain management. There has been a lot of research going on. Positive effects have been given. Everything has some caution also. That also will have to be kept in mind. Now, the origin of dhyana, when dhyana started, concept came or practice came, it is as old as the Vedas. So we cannot have a time period, even though there are some time periods that are given. In the classical way of understanding Vedas, it is time immemorial, from the time of civilization, etc. So Dhyanam finds its roots in the Vedas. Yunjate manauta unjate diyaha, one of the quotations from an Upanishad as well as mantra from Krishna Yajurveda. The seers are sitting down and performing a yajna, and their mind is totally focused. Yunjate manauta unjate diyaha, dhi, intellect. And then actually there are a lot of references to the practice and theory of Dhyanam in Vedas. Vedas are divided into Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. Even though there are 4, they are divided as Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda. In the Karma Kanda segments, there are a lot of yajnas, lot of rituals which are performed along with Vedic mantras. They are called Vaidika Tantrika. The famous and important thing is the sun salutation called Sandhyavandanam. Our teacher Sri Krishnamacharya considers to be this Sandhyavandanam a prayer to the God, Sun God, with using the Gayatri Mantra as a very important model of meditation and also of the Ashtanga Yoga itself. So there are so many rituals which have the background of Dhyanam. There will be a Karta, and the Karta will sit in a particular position, will do pranayama, and then he will start doing Vedic mantra chanting, hear them and do some activity. So Dhyana finds itself in the Karma Kanda. In the Jnana Kanda part, in Upanishads, there are a lot of references to Dhyanam itself directly. Kathopanishad also talks about it. Tam yogamiti manyante sthiram indriya dharanam. Indriya includes mind also, 11th indriya. And also, a lot of vidyas are given in the Upanishad. They are in the form of reflective meditation. So from there it starts developing, and we have now come to a stage where neuroscientists have taken a large interest into meditation, find out how the mind is working and what are the positive results that are coming on account of it with experimentations. And also, every day, here and there, we are seeing a lot of meditative processes coming out. Teachers or acharyas are coming out with processes, as well as we have gone into the extent of taking it to the technique of even apps and all that. So that is it. It is there. So we need to be aware of it. Now, I am going to not deal with all of them. I am going to deal with a particular segmentation of the dhyana as a part of the Ashtanga Yoga, which Raviji said in the beginning at the prayer, Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana, Samadhi. In the context of that, as expounded by our teacher Krishnamacharya. One question before I proceed is, why and how this dhyana, which has evolved over thousands of years back, continue to be giving some attention and growing, and there are so many varieties which are coming up. Concepts are also different. Concepts meaning there are certain concepts which are required, which I will touch up them. That is there any commonality between the what was originally stated in the Vedas and what is now being developing? Are they on their own? Yes, they are on their own, but one commonality is mind. There is a belief, there is a mind, and that mind, the nature, characteristics may differ. Mind as an instrument, mind, the mind being there, and mind is the cause of everything in our life, in the human life, whether it is going to be happiness, sorrow, emotions, dealing with them, and ultimately transforming into actions, it is the mind. That is why it is attracting attentions of every segment, and it is still growing also. The mind itself is individualistic, and naturally there are so many dimensions to it. So the base is mind. How is the mind? Mind which is in some state, which may appear to be not useful presently, at a given point of time, has to be made to be useful. The mind, for us now we need the mind. We are already having the mind and you are using it. I am using it for delivering this lecture, making some points clear to you, and all who are viewing also using it to understand, take something out of the, and here the process is through the mind. Unless the mind cooperates, the whole exercise may not be fruitful. Sometimes it can even be negative. I have not understood. I understood it wrongly. So the mind has to be cooperative, and the mind to be cooperative must have developed an interest into that, and when an interest is developed, it becomes attention. When it becomes attention, it is Dhyānam. Now, we will not get attention into everything, we will not get interest into everything. If we are compelled to get interested into something, is there a way that I can mend my mind and see that I will be able to direct it towards that object, subject? So there are two dimensions to this Dhyānam. So this is all about mind. Mind is an instrument, and the instrument works on its own, as we can see. It is often object-based, circumstance-based, or something from inside comes out by way of an interest, and ultimately it is simply not a perception, conception, it is more through an experience also. So the mind is helping us to see, perceive, conceptualize, and understand and experience. Which is experiencing? That's a big question, because in the larger context it involves certain other concepts to be understood, like the soul, consciousness, etc. That is why I am going to keep my base for the concepts as Yoga Sutra, Darshana Yoga Sutra, and also how it has been interpreted by our teacher Krishnamacharya. So quickly, what is Dhyānam? Dhyānam is a Sanskrit word. Sanskrit word have lot of meanings. Generally they take the meaning by the root, rudi, but the seed, word, Dhyai chintayam is the root word. So chintayam means to reflect, to think. In fact, the Amarakosha, the synonyms dictionary says, for the word Dhyānam, there are two equivalent words, Chinta and Smriti also. Smriti means memory, Chinta means thinking. These are the two. But all these root meaning, word equal words will not give us complete idea about any word. So that is why we have to go through certain definitions. When it comes to definitions, there are a number of definitions available, even for dhyana, the word Dhyānam. We will take up, because our teacher Krishnamacharya largely says, take up the definition as given in the Yoga Sutra. So quickly, Yoga Sutra is considered to be the most authoritative text on yoga, authored by a great sage called Patanjali, with 4 chapters, and particularly the first chapter is called Samadhipada, which is largely about Dhyānam and Samadhi. Second chapter has also, the third chapter also extends. In fact, if we have to have a complete idea, we need to have all the 3 chapters. Fourth chapter has a different dimension. First chapter is largely on Samadhi. The word Samadhi means to be integrated, to be one with, have a complete understanding. These are the simple meaning. Dhyana and Samadhi are 7th and 8th angas of the Ashtanga Yoga. Samadhi is the ultimate stage. And Krishnamacharya says, the Samadhi and Dhyānam, are they different or one and the same? Takes it up in his commentary and says, they are one and the same because one is cause, Dhyānam is the cause, Samadhi is the effect. So it says that they are one and the same is not wrong. In fact, sutra wise, if we take the sutra defining Samadhi, it says Tadeva Arthamatra Nirbhasam Swarupa Shunyamiva Samadhihi. That dhyana culminates into Samadhi. So, but dhyana has to happen properly, and that leads to Samadhi culmination. It is also to be preceded by Dharana. Let us take up quickly the definition to Dhyānam. The Dhyānam as a practice. Dhyānam has got 2 segments. One is practice, Kriya. The Kriya part of it is what we are going to see today also. It is something that we do. We do to reach a state of the mind called Dhyānam also. A one-pointed mind, a common one-pointed mind. And once you get the ability to have that, it is applied. You have the application. So any topic that you take up, you have the ability to apply that state of calmness as well as one-pointedness. So 2 dimensions. One is to create that. And is it necessary? Has to everyone do it? It depends on individuals. Not all may require it, but application will also depend on whether it is required or not. The object, the Samadhipada, the third Vibhudipada talks about the application. Now, the definition of dhyana in the 3rd chapter, 2nd sutra is Tatra pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam. Tatra there. Pratyaya mind. Ekatanata thanu vistare. Ekatanata in one direction. When the mind is sent in one direction to there. Tatra. Where? That is what is the previous sutra says. As is in the sutra format, we always have a continuity. Deshabandaha chittasya dharana. Tatra pratyaya ekatanata dhyanam. Deshabandaha, to attack the mind to a place, an object, is dharana. Dharana is simple word, is concentration, focus. To link the mind with an object, is dharana. That is essential for dhyana, where the link is continued, communication is taking place. And when the continued communication takes place in only one direction and goes there, it culminates in a state called samadhi, where the mind has completely understood the object for which the Dhyānam was meant. This is one dimension of the word Dhyānam definition. From the point of view of the Ashtanga Yoga as a Kriya. Yoga Anga Anushtanat, of which there are 8: Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dharana, Dhyana and Samadhi. And the Angas, it is given as Angas. So Krishnamacharya says, what is the Anga and the Angi? The Anga is the 7, starting from Yama up to Dhyana. The Angi is Samadhi. Samadhi is the Angi. So we are human beings. So we have got a body. So the body's hand, legs, they are all Angas for me. Similarly, for Samadhi, if it is visualized as a human being, like a human being, all the other segments are the Angas. So all have an importance. Ultimately, it is Dhyana culminating in Samadhi. So the definition according to the practical side. Now let us come to another definition. Because yoga, the word yoga has got 5 equivalent words. They are Sannahanam, Upayam, Sangati, Dhyanam, Yukti. 5 equivalent words. So if I say Dhyanam, I say yoga. If I say yoga, I say Dhyānam. So in the Ashtanga segment, instead of putting asana, pranayama or even samadhi, the word yoga is given in equivalent word to Dhyānam. Of course, the word yoga has an equivalent to samadhi also, yuj samadho. That is why when the word yoga is equivalent to samadhi, when the word yoga is equivalent to Dhyanam, mathematically Dhyanam becomes equivalent to Samadhi. And taking it up, our teacher says Dhyanam and Samadhi in terms of the link of yoga are equal, no doubt, but one is cause, another is the effect. If the cause is to be correct, then the effect will be correct. Now, where is the definition of yoga itself through which we can find a definition to Dhyanam? That is coming in the first chapter of the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali. It says, Yogaha Chitta Vritti Nirodhaha. Yoga means Chitta, mind, Vrittis, activities, Nirodha, control. Simple meaning. Controlling the mental activities is yoga. And Krishnamacharya, in his commentary called Yogavalli, he says, Atra, here, it is in the second sutra of the first chapter, Yoga Padam, the word yoga, Dhyanamityartakam, means Dhyanam. So if we see this definition, we are seeing the definition to Dhyanam. So the definition to Dhyanam means, in simple terms, the ability to direct the mind. This is one other commentary by our teacher for the second sutra. The ability to direct the mind, focus, and sustain that focus without any distractions. So we should first cultivate the ability to direct on a chosen object and sustain that direction without any distraction. In fact, Nirodha means to stop distractions according to Krishnamacharya. The ability to stop distractions. So we sit down and want to do a work, we find so much of distractions coming up. What do I do? How can I get rid of it? I need to go through this. So you should get an ability to stop the distractions, and that is why meditation as an activity, as a kriya is done. There are various models of meditation. There are various models of meditation. Before I take up that point, I want to also give you something on dhyana. There are three foundations. Sri Krishnamacharya's approach is, he says, there are three foundations for Dhyānam, on which Dhyānam stands. One is Dhyāta, Dhyānam and Dhyaya. Dhyāta, meditator. Dhyānam, the very activity of meditation. Dhyaya, the object or subject on which the meditation is done. Dhyāta, Dhyānam, Dhyaya. There is a link. They are completely different. There is a link. Dhyāta, according to him, is the consciousness, the soul, the Purusha, Drashta, all words same. Dhyaya, Dhyānam is a state of mind, he says. It is a state of mind where the mind is in the state of sattva, sattvic mind, not largely influenced by rajas and tamas, but in a state of sattvic mind. In fact, the practice is to take the mind to that sattvic state, then it works. Now, dhyaya. So, for a practice session, I need a dhyaya. That is why I am differentiating between a practice session, dhyana kriya, and application. In application, the dhyaya is anything. Now here, my talk and you are hearing, this is the dhyaya. So obvious work sometimes. Scientists finding out something, nature, they are all there. In the third chapter in the Vibhudipada, dhyaya objects are given many. So depending on the object of focus, the mind understands it, it gets complete knowledge and it wins over that. But when it is session of practice has to be done, we have to have a dhyaya. And for him, the dhyaya cannot be anything, because the more the dhyaya can influence, the more the dhyaya is influencing the mind, it should influence the mind in a way to make it calm and one-pointed. It should not agitate, it should not make the mind agitated. Yuttita chitta. That is why choosing a dhyaya is very important according to him. All the things that we see interact, they are all made up of the three gunas, sattva, rajas and tamas. Some will be prominent, even the day has got sattva, rajas and tamas. The twilight is sattva, the day is rajas, night is tamas. Everything that we eat. So, if the mind focuses, particularly in the practice sessions, it focuses on objects which influence the rajas and tamas, the mind will become more rajasic and tamasic and will not be helpful. Manayeva manushyanam karanam bhanda moksha yogo, Vishnu Puranam says. It is the mind which can be a good friend or a worst enemy. When the mind is sattvic and the mind has the ability to see correctly and show correctly to the Purusha, it is the helpful mind. Now, dhyaya cannot be anything. He says, prakriti-based dhyaya, which is guna largely, will only influence. In fact, in the third chapter on Vibhudipada, the Patanjali's Yoga Sutra itself says, te samadha upasargaha yuttane chittayaha. If you go on putting your mind into various chandre tara vyuha jnanam, dhruve tadgati jnanam, bhuvana jnanam, surye samyamat, you can get all ideas, even about astronomy and everything. But the more and more you get ideas, you get to win over them, they themselves will become, you make your mind uttita chitta. So it says, throw them off. as they come. Don't focus into that and slowly get into the subtlest part. Now, according to Krishnamacharya, he says, what is ideal as a dhyaya for any meditative sessions is the form of ideals that are found in the temple which are consecrated. He gives this very, very clearly in his work Yogavalli, particularly in the first chapter segment. And he gives a lot of quotations. So, Dhyaya, so we have three dimensions: Dhyata, Dhyānam, Dhyaya. Dhyata by itself, soul of every one of us, soul everywhere found, it is always pure. But it can be influenced. It is always by itself pure. It can see correctly, but it will be influenced. It is influenced by the mind. The mind need not necessarily be pure always. It is always subject to the change, parinama. It can be sometimes, we are sometimes very clear, we are sometimes more confused, we are sometimes excited, we are sometimes calm. This is the work of the mind. There are a lot of further dimensions to the mind which we will not be able to look into it completely here. Dhyaya can be chosen, and when it is chosen, if it is chosen to be a pure sattvic one, which is in the form of ideals. Ideals are made up of only loka, panchalokas, that is metal or based on some stone, etc. Even though they come out of the Panchabhutas, Sri Krishnamacharya says they have been sanctified, purified by various processes. So that is why we have idols in the temple. The main reason for the idols in the temple is, apart from going there and doing prayer, worship, etc., is to choose that as the dhyaya. And what do? We are supposed to choose that according to Krishnamacharya. We choose the dhyaya and take the dhyaya and keep it in the mind. And the more and more we close and we are able to bring it into the mind and keep it there, it is Dhyānam. It is Dhyānam. So, the idols are generally the idols are devatas. Even idols of acharyas, teachers are also worshipped or taken. And the ability to keep it here and hold it on is the challenge. So, can we do it straight away? Can we not straight away look into something and keep it here? It is not that easy. It depends on the individuals. It depends on the individual's background and the state where the individual's mind is, the vulnerability of the mind to various objects, etc. So, is it already a disciplined mind? So, depending on the individuals, the techniques will have to change. Now, keeping the dhyaya ideal in the mind and the process being Dhyānam, what should be the process that can be followed? Can we look into the ideal and then just close the eyes and keep it here? It should be possible, if it is possible. But for a common person, in the absence of knowing exactly the state of mind of everyone, which is completely individualistic, is there a common platform by which we can approach? And that common platform is tad japaha tad artha bhavanam, which is the tool which is given in the first chapter, 1.28 of the Yoga Sutra. Tad japaha, japa, repeating of what? Tasya vachakaha pranavaha. It comes under the segment called Ishvara Pranidhana, surrender, submission, devotion to Ishvara, the God. So Krishnamacharya says that this is one of the ideal recommendations of Patanjali for a dhyana practice, which is also what I told you in the beginning, having Gayatri as the mantra. So here it is Pranava, but it cannot be Pranava for everyone, it depends. So we will have to modify it. This is where a teacher comes. Always all yoga text will call for the role of a teacher, guru, and that is where this comes. And any mantra, so we need a sound in the form of a mantra, and we need a visual in the form of ideal. So these two are essential, and an initiation is important. Now, even if a person is already initiated into a sound, a mantra, and a visual is there, can I just plunge into it by go on repeating the mantra, visualizing the ideal? In fact, tad artha bhavanam is, artha means meaning of that, visualizing the meaning, and then the mantra is difficult, so visualize the ideal. It is equivalent to artha bhavanam. Japa is the form of meditation. Knowing that it is not very easy for everyone to get into that state of mind of oneness immediately and hold on the object and hear the japa mentally, there is a preparation. And this preparation was given to us by our teacher, which is from the ancient model of meditation of the Sandhyavanana, where there is a Purvanga, something at the level of the body, gross, Pradhananga, which is the meditation which is japa, Uttaranga, which is coming out. Pradhananga, Purvanga, entry, preparation, Pradhananga, the main dhyana, Uttaranga, coming out of it. And this is considered to be a holistic model of meditation. And from the Yoga Sutra point of view, that is why meditation, you will have to understand that what we are talking now intensely is on the meditation according to Yoga Sutra. According to Yoga Sutra, asana prepares one for pranayama, pranayama prepares one for dharana itself, which includes pratyahara, and ultimately Dhyānam and samadhi. This link must be seen. If the link is seen in the model, then we can say that this follows the model of Ashtanga Yoga. And if one uses the mantra and also a form, it is also based on the recommendation of Tajjapaha Tadartha Bhavana. So with this background, I want to now, because that has been the request also, so I want to just give you just a feel of a simple technique of a simple model of meditation. And as I am giving this, I want to make a warning about this. Meditation, yoga itself and meditation in particular cannot be taught in a group like this. It has to be taught on an individual basis, because we all differ at all levels, at the level of the body, at the level of the breath, at the level of our emotions, at the level of our beliefs. Everything differs completely. So a teacher will suitably modify. So all cannot raise the hand, all cannot bend forward and touch, all cannot do a deep breathing of 5 seconds inhale, 10 seconds exhale, or whatever it is, cannot hold for a longer period. For example, the typical pranayama which we get in Vedic rituals are all involving hold after inhale, a longer segment, which cannot be done unless the person is ready. So, is there a way to simply experience in a simpler way? When I am giving this, when I am going to start right now, and I am going to give this for about 15-20 minutes, this has to be understood that there are people who will be doing it in different ways, and they may find, oh, this is there already. Yes, most of them. And there are completely new people. There may be people who may not be able to connect with immediately with the syllable and the Murti. Now I am taking, because I am giving this under the aegis of the Hindu Temple Society of North America, Mahavallabha Ganapati, I am taking a sound called Shri Maha Ganapataye Namaha. This is the sound. And I am requesting the people to put after some time, you will get a visual of the Ganapati, which you will take it in your mind. Now, I am going to give you this short, very, very short practice where there will be something for the body, very quickly something for the breath, something for the control of senses, and finally a japa. The whole thing might take about 20 minutes. So let us get prepared, let us be ready. This involves simple seated posture only. So I suggest that you take a seated position where either you can have the legs on the ground or you can put them down like this. So please get ready. Now we will start, and I told you the mantra is Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. That's all the mantra. And Ganapati, the form of Ganapati can be taken here. Also, I always say these words sometimes, Gana means army, like, Pati, one. So the one who is in charge of the Ganas. So you can have even any form in your mind, and for you that will become the Ganapati here. But for some practical purposes, we will go into the particular background. Now, please just start. Just keep quiet for a few seconds. Keep both the palms in folded position. Just hear the prayer. Shuklam Varadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasanna Dhyanam Sarva Vignopashantaye. This is normally done for prayer, for anything. Draw both the palms on the respective knees. Thumb will touch the index finger and rested. Exhale. As you start raising the arm, inhale, but hear the mantra as I am saying. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Palms touch each other, stretch, pause. Exhale, lower the arms by the side. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Palms rested back. Thumb touches the mid finger. Inhale. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Palms touch each other. Stretch. Exhale, lower down the arms. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Thumb touches the ring finger. Inhale. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Stretch. Exhale, lower. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Thumb touches the little finger. Inhale. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Exhale. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Release the fingers. We have done something for the body, can call it as asana, where there is an integration here. Now we will do pranayama, where it will be a very simple one, where we will inhale through left nostril, exhale through the right nostril. Left hand, thumb touches the index finger, rested on the left knee. Right hand in some way, whereby you will close your nostril. Thumb to the right side of the nostril, ring finger, small finger, left side. Gently close both the nostrils. Open right. Exhale. Pause. Open left inhale, just follow. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pause. Exhale right. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pause. Inhale left. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pause. Exhale right. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pause. Inhale left. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pause. Exhale right. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Pause. Inhale left. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Exhale right. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Drop your right arm, relax completely, relax all the fingers, and just we will do only one preparation. There can be numerous preparations. We will do just an avahanam. Keep both the palms in front, in the chest, and as you recite the mantra, touch the heart. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Keep both the palms on the respective knees. Thumb touches the index finger, rounded. Other finger straight. We will get straight into japa. Just recite aloud 5 times. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. 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 Now you will do 5 times just leap movement. As you are doing that, visualize, look into the picture and try to bring it in your heart. 5 times lip movement. Now start the mental recitation, which will go about 2 minutes. I am going to make 2 minutes of meditation, and look at the picture and try to bring the picture in the heart. Start mental recitation. Keep both the palms in Namaskar Mudra and pray, let us be blessed with good health and immunity. Let our thoughts be directed in the right direction. Let there be peace everywhere. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Drop both the palms on the respective knees. Touch the heart. We will do Visarjanam. As we recite the mantra, take the palms away. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Shri Mahaganapataye Namaha. Drop both the palms on the respective knees. We will do just 4 rounds of simple pranayama and a movement and end it. This is post Uttaranga. Close your nostril by your right hand, thumb to the right side and ring finger, small finger left side. Exhale right, pass. Inhale left, just follow the breath, no mantra. Pass, exhale right. Pass, inhale left. Pass, exhale right. Pass, inhale left. Pass, exhale right. Pass, inhale left. Pass, exhale right. Pass the breath, take a few normal breaths. Put down the legs in front of you. We will just do very small coming out, small postures. Stretch your legs forward if you are seated with the legs. If you are in a chair, just put them down and stretch the leg forward. Inhale, raise the arms up, stretch up. Exhale, bend forward, gently bend forward. Try to touch the feet. Feel an extension in the back. Inhale, come back. Stretch up. Exhale, drop the palms. 2 more times. Inhale, stretch up, stretch up, stretch up. Pass. Exhale. Now as you exhale, bend forward. Touch. Pass. Inhale. Raise up the arms back and drop the palms on exhale on the knees. Last time. Inhale. Stretch up. See that your lower back is stretched up. Exhale. Bend forward. Bend. Hamstring muscles also stretch. Touch. Inhale. Come back. Stretch up. Exhale. Gently drop. Now keep the palms in the Namaskar Mudra. We will do closing prayer. Kayena vacha manasindriyairuva buddhyatmana va prakrite svabhavat karomi yadyat sakalam parasmai narayanayeti samarpayami sarvam Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Sridharan sir, the speech and the learning series was amazing. We gained a lot of knowledge on meditation, but as we all know, this is just the tip of the iceberg. And we would love to have you again and learn and do a lot more of these meditation and practice sessions so we could get more insight into Dhyãnam and meditation. Uh, Before we move on, I just like to see if there's any questions in the comment section. There are no questions, but I see a lot of them have thanked you for today's session. And so I will, before we end our program, I'd like to just have a few announcements from the temple due to visible partial lunar eclipse occurring on Tuesday, September 17th. Temple will be closed at 8 p.m. Devotees can do Parihara Archana on Wednesday, September 18th. Devi Navaratri Mahotsavam is scheduled from October 3rd through October 12th with several rituals including daily Saptasati Parayanam, Lalita Sahasranama Parayanam, Homam, Abhishekam, Navaratri Golu, Vidyarambam for children, and Chandi Homam on Vijayadashami Day. We'll request all the devotees to come and enjoy and take advantage of these wonderful events. Ras Garba on weekends, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, that is October 4th, 5th, and 6th. These are the temple announcements. And with this, I'd like to thank Sridharan sir for coming today. And we look forward to having many more sessions with you like this and gain much more knowledge from you, sir. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this session. And thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.